Hello, and welcome back to more of my settlement recordings, purely because I have been playing this character for a very long time and do not want it all to be gone once I restart it due to rising bugs. Welcome to the big house. This is sort of the first big idea that I had when playing this character, where I wanted a huge structure built into the wall of the drive-in cinema. Means the rest of it's very barren, but that was sort of the idea. Was I wanted a huge structure supported by that wall. Of course, from this side, other than the very top of it, you have no idea that there's a massive thing there, which I think is kind of cool. We have some turrets around the back, and this is like what I wanted was a big settlement. I wanted this to feel massive, and in some aspects, I think it's come out quite well. But in practice, it's also a little lackluster. There's some of the issues that I'll point out a lot, especially with how I do the beds. In this one, that was kind of meant to be intentional, but it comes out fine. We have our trader stop by here. The Brahmin just live outside, I guess. Regular big old generator, purely to power the... that doesn't seem pleasant at all. Dog meat, don't drink that. But yes, welcome to the big house. Coming inside, first up we have a sort of workshop area and a general shop. I have to believe that this is one of the traders that I actually dressed up myself to make them look a little bit more interesting. And this first floor is sort of the market floor, so you're a guard, I think. Weapons, armor, these are provided by the... I'm never going to remember the name of the mod, but it'll be in the description. Oh, has it? And I believe this is a bartender. I'm going to just put all the mod links. I don't remember any of them, unfortunately, because I did the modding several years ago. And the idea with the big house was that it was meant to sort of be sort of like a slum kind of thing. So the idea was the beds all over the place. Would I do that now in retrospect, especially given how I do the beds everywhere else? No, probably not. This is a doctor's. And heading upstairs, we have a bar. There is definitely meant to be a Protectron stood here, and in fact, I think I know exactly where that Protectron is. I have no idea. Sometimes when doing settlement building, you just sort of end up with weird... Oh, hey, water tank. Ah, okay. I really thought he was going to be down here. He usually ends up on the floor. When you're using modded settlement pieces, especially if you aren't keeping track of where everything comes from, you sometimes end up with bits that just confuse you. But there was meant to be a Protectron that came with that bar. He's gone. No idea where he went. Also made great use out of these bunker bed pieces from the same mod from those shops downstairs. I can hear. I think he's upstairs. We'll see if we can find him in a minute. But the one thing I did have fun with is I usually use these, again, very Spartan military-style beds because they're the smallest and you can fit them in a lot. But I had fun sort of mix and matching the beds here to make them feel a bit more ramshackle. But yeah, there was a kind of an idea here, but in practice, I just wish that I'd put more effort into the sleeping situation. Nice guard defense post here, though. This settlement, it does definitely capture the scale that I wanted. And we can see even more of that by going up this funky little tower bit to another defense post with a really small turret for how high up we are. So yeah, I think this is pretty cool. I think this feels like a lot like sort of what Bethesda wanted you to do, is just build huge scrap structures. And I quite like this one, and I'll probably do something like it again. I don't know, I feel like for this drive-in, I'd sort of aim for a more traditional... I can hear him. I feel like I'm going crazy. Because it's not water tank. Is he above us again? Anyway, this is our sort of farming area. I still think this is pretty cool. Spectrum. Okay, well, that's odd. Because I can absolutely hear like a default... I'm not crazy, you can hear that too, right? Anyway, yes. So that is the big house. Or maybe it is just you. That is the big house. I like the idea, and I still, I think you step away from it and it looks great, I think. It's just, it could look better on the inside, which is a reoccurring theme. As for what I'll do next time with the settlement, I'll probably swing for a more traditional, like, you know, thing that takes up the entire settlement. Something I... Okay, so seemingly I put a bar here as well. I have absolutely no memory of that, but there's a bar all the way over here that actually is quite... I must have put these here as well. That's quite seamlessly done. I think there's going to be a bed. Oh, no, there's no bed up here. Okay. Normally with my settlements, I really like working with the pre-established structure. Hey! What are you doing all the way over here? Yeah, because... Okay, so your shakes, and as you can see, that's more of like a... Well, like 3-star protectron, I think. I could entirely be wrong. Yeah, he's meant to be working the bar in there. No idea what he's doing here. But yes, normally I'd work with the structures. So maybe next time I play this, I'll do something more with this building. Yeah. End transmission.